Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe right now to our YouTube channel right here on WatchBox Reviews so I can deliver our best to your inbox on a daily basis. Every minute, every watch, right here on WatchBox Reviews, and I'd appreciate it. If you enjoy these watches, well, you can buy, trade, or sell on our website, thewatchbox.com, plus see all the watches in these videos with boxes, papers, accessories, additional high-res images that don't include my wrist, and of course, complete pricing details. Today, we're discussing a contemporary 44mm ceramic Royal Oak offshore chronograph that hits on all cylinders, equal measures durable, stark, colorful, and charming. This is a watch that is wearable on a smaller wrist. 44mm, to be sure, is a large watch, and the Audemars Piguet 44 wears more like a 46 or a 47, and yet here it is on my 16cm circumference wrist, sitting pretty, well, maybe not pretty, maybe imposing and somewhat sinister is the better descriptor, but nevertheless, this is an appealing watch. It's not as thick as you might expect. The timepiece 14.5mm thick, it sits low enough that you will be able to fit it underneath a jacket cuff. Lug to lug and across the wrist is where it really stretches its legs. I mean, its lugs. As the watch measures 56mm lug to lug, and if you were to measure the outermost rigid point, the plot, these intermediate links, measure those side to side, you're going to get something approaching 59mm. Now don't be intimidated, because the diver style strap fitted to this watch is the best bet for a small wrist, and I would even say you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 15cm in circumference with a good proportion and physical security. As you can see, my 16cm wrist is accommodating it with no issues. The watch could be buckled down even a little bit tighter on my wrist. The strap is a wonderful piece, and the case, entirely in ceramic, is exceptionally light in weight. Ceramic is a very light material. If you're new to ceramic, think titanium, and you've just about got the idea. The strap is what used to be called the scuba and then the diver style. It's something that came about in the 2000s on the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore dive watches and gradually became a popular option for those who owned the conventional 42mm and 44mm chronographs. So now an option you can get from the factory. You can see it's a robustly shaped, solid, substantial, and screw-fixed strap, the screws providing an extra measure of security that spring bars don't. I like that on a large and expensive timepiece. You'll also note that this is a cut strap rather than a conventional injected molded item. So it's not just injection molded, these hairline bevels that follow the flank of the lug. How is it that a bevel continues from a lug into a rubber strap? Well, it's a cut strap and then finished to create texturing, so that's how. Beautifully textured, detailed with twin splines down the center to give it more definition. On the underside, very supple. It's thick. It'll last, in my estimation, half a decade in all but the most abusive of circumstances. It's a natural vulcanized rubber strap, so very tough. AP pin buckle for easy on-the-fly adjustability. That makes sense on a watch on a strap. We don't like straps that have to be cut. Whenever that can be avoided, I prefer a strap that can simply be sized with a buckle. This one delivers. Now the ceramic case gives you the same degree of finishing and detail that you would get on a gold, platinum, titanium, carbon, or steel Royal Oak. You can see the same character lines, the definition that runs from the bezel through the mid-case through the case back perfectly aligned, the satin finish of the flank contrasting with the polished of the beveling, the satin tops of the octagonal bezel contrasting with the rounded and polished flanks. You can see all of the bolts on the offshore, they are steel, on the Royal Oak they are gold, but hexagonal in all cases, and in all cases slightly recessed below the plane of the bezel. Now, if you're not the type to crack or shatter or fracture a sapphire, let's get close for a gorgeous dial detail shot, you're not going to be the type to crack or shatter or fracture a ceramic case. Ceramic is very hard. In practical terms, it's second only to sapphire in watchmaking materials. So you're going to find that if you're not one to disfigure sapphire, you're not going to disfigure the ceramic case, and that's good because it means your expensive sports watch is going to keep looking new for a really long time. That's the appeal, along with its hypoallergenic properties and lightweight, of ceramic. It's very hard and resilient. The dial takes the aesthetic of the watch up several degrees. Mega tapisserie hobnail fashion with a gloss finish. You can see sunken sub-registers with blue highlights for chronograph minutes and chronograph hours, as well as chronograph seconds. Gold printing and gold hands, as well as gold indices. This one is a sensation with a matching monotone Date disc in black with gold printing for the date wheel. Handsome and thoroughly realized, well conceived and coherent. This is one of the most attractive contemporary Royal Oak offshores. Now of course you do have a vertical clutch chronograph module in there, so there's no play in the clutch system, and the chronograph simply starts without stagger. It's a DD module that does business as Audemars Piguet module 3840. But important to note that within this case, protected by complex seals and a screw-down crown, 100-meter water resistance obtains for a manufacturer movement. This is a manufacturer base caliber by Audemars Piguet. This is the 3126 based on the 3120. Automatic winding, it has smooth bidirectional action for the rotor with ceramic bearings, so you get the smoothness of bidirectional winding with the efficiency and low maintenance requirements of high-tech kiln-fired ceramic bearings. Note the Gyromax style balance free sprung. It can take and hold a precise regulation, and thanks to the free sprung architecture, it can maintain that in the face of shocks, disruptions, or concussion on the wrist. Dual anchored balance bridge on both sides of the balance, that better braces the balance staff and the balance structure for still more shock resistance. In order to achieve a 50 to 55 hour power reserve, Audemars Piguet dialed back the beat rate a little bit to 21,600 vibrations per hour. It features all of the modern standards, pivoting on 59 joules with 365 parts in total. You do get both hacking or stop seconds when you screw out the crown and you pull the crown. You can stop the balance and synchronize the watch to the second against a reference time. And there's a quick set for rapidly cycling the date, so you have the convenience of that rapid setting feature should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. This is a loomed watch. There will be a loom shot, but if you want to see it in high-res imagery in full living color by the light of day with accessories and prices, you've got to check this one out. Audemars Piguet reference 26405CE on the WatchBox. And I'm back with the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore in ceramic. This is the 26405CE, as you can see, glowing gloriously green by night. This is an easy watch to read. 100 meters water resistant, highly scratch resistant, and fully loomed. This is the full service summer sports watch for 2018. See it and own it on the WatchBox.